growing African support for Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger's ICC withdrawal highlights. Frustration over selective justice. The decision by Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger to withdraw from the International Criminal Court, ICC, has reignited a long-standing debate in Africa over the legitimacy and fairness of international institutions. The military-led governments of these countries accuse the ICC of selective justice, a charge that resonates with many across the continent who view the court as disproportionately focused on African leaders while turning a blind eye to alleged crimes committed by powerful nations. Established in 2002, the ICC was established as a permanent global tribunal to prosecute war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide. Yet, in over 2 decades of operation, the vast majority of individuals prosecuted have been Africans, leading to accusations that the court serves more as an instrument of Western political influence than as a truly impartial body committed to global justice. The lack of widespread public outcry in Africa over these countries' withdrawal is telling. Many African citizens are deeply skeptical of the ICC and of international institutions, more broadly seeing them as tools of neo-colonial control rather than as champions of justice. This sentiment is amplified by the reality that many African governments are themselves authoritarian, corrupt, and repressive, leaving populations with little faith in domestic or international accountability mechanisms. Critics argue that the ICC has failed to act against African leaders who commit atrocities against their own people, particularly when those leaders align with Western interests. At the same time, the court has avoided prosecuting political or military figures from major powers, such as the United States, a country that is not even a signatory to the Rome Statute, yet wields significant influence over the court's operations. This glaring double standard undermines the court's credibility in the eyes of many Africans. Since coming to power through military coups, the regimes in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have rejected long-standing alliances with Western countries and regional blocs like ECOWAS, positioning themselves instead as defenders of African sovereignty. Their decision to leave the ICC is seen by many young Africans as a bold move to challenge a global order that they believe has long marginalized and exploited the continent. There is growing support among Africans for a broader rethinking of the continent's engagement with international institutions perceived to serve Western interests. Many now call for Africa to withdraw not only from the ICC, but also from other global bodies that appear to enforce a double standard punishing weaker nations while shielding the powerful. In conclusion, while the exit of these 3 countries from the ICC raises legitimate concerns about accountability and human rights under military rule, it also forces uncomfortable but necessary questions about the ICC's role, effectiveness, and impartiality. Until the court can demonstrate that it applies justice equally, regardless of geography or political power, skepticism and resistance from African nations are unlikely to fade. At Diaspoint, we believe your voice matters. Your insights help shape the conversations that influence policy, perception, and progress across the continent. Together, let's elevate the dialogue and drive meaningful change.